Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, Secretary Mnuchin, it's great to see you. Thank you for being here today. I just want to point out quickly here, if my friends across the aisle really cared about helping families in poverty, they'd spend more time making sure federal dollars are going to programs that actually work, not pumping more money into a broken system. And so I want to highlight one of those programs that work. And just basically, Secretary Mnuchin, thank you. The rising rate of maternal mortality across the country is a major issue that my colleagues and I have been very concerned about, but I'm so glad the Trump administration has been tackling this issue head on. One tool that can enable the testing of innovative solutions to help improve maternal and infant health is the Social Impact Partnerships to Pay for Results Act, or CIPRA. In my home state of Indiana, the State Department of Health submitted an application under CIPRA to expand home visiting services for low-income mothers in order to improve birth outcomes and further reduce maternal mortality using the nurse-family partnership, a model that has already demonstrated great success in Indiana. The President's budget highlights that CIPRA program aspires to demonstrate a new model of implementing and funding projects designed to solve entrenched societal problems. Can you tell us the timeline for the department to announce CIPRA awards, and how does that fit into the administration's larger initiative to pay for successful outcomes?
Well, thank you for highlighting the program, and we look forward to the success. I believe that we're going to be doing some awards in April of this year, and then more moving forward. So we are very much focused on this.
Another issue that's important to me is moving the needle on the affordable housing crisis. Despite the success of the low-income housing tax credit, the need for affordable housing has reached crisis levels. It's estimated that 11 million households are paying more than half of their income for rent. That's why I've been grateful to work with Representatives Del Bene, Marchand, and Beyer on strengthening this vital program. One important part of the housing tax credit is the 4% credit that works together with housing bonds to supply affordable housing. It's responsible for roughly half of the affordable housing financed with the housing credit each year. Is particularly helpful in rural areas like mine. Unfortunately, there is 15 to 20% less equity available to build these homes with the 4% credit today because the rate of the credit is tied to federal borrowing rates, which are historically low, even lower, currently at 3.2% or lower. The equity being left on the table could be the difference in providing a senior citizen or a veteran in my district with an affordable place to live. Setting a 4% floor for the credit would immediately fill critical financing gaps for development that are hanging in the balance of financial feasibility. How can we work together to take this important step to help states address this growing affordable housing challenge?
Well, let me just say we very much are focused on affordable housing, and that's one of the reasons why I am looking forward to working with Congress on GSE reform, which is an important component of that. There's a lot of interest on a bipartisan basis, both here and in the Senate, on this 4% issue, which I've recently learned is not 4%, as you've pointed out. So we look forward to working with you on this.
I appreciate it. And can I just, Mr. Secretary, thank you for raising the profile personally on QIP. We have over 300 sponsors. I'm working on this with Representative Panetta to address the qualified improvement property from the Tax Credits and Jobs Act. I can't thank you enough for raising the profile, and just know that we are working as quickly as we can and appreciate your partnership as well to bring this across the finish line this year.
Thank you. That's our #1 tax fix request.
I appreciate it. And I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
The Secretary knows